At least 24 people have been killed and several more are missing after flooding in central Texas. Among those reported missing are 23 people from an all-girls Christian summer camp. CBC's Mark Harkesol tells us the latest.
We've heard from some reports that the floodwaters have started to recede, but when you look at footage more recent, they might have receded a bit, but by no means is it back to normal. It's still a very dangerous, risky situation out there for anyone living there. Also, rescuers trying to do search and recovery operations. Let's take a look at the map to show you specifically where in Texas this is. It's just under 100 kilometers north of San Antonio along the Guadalupe River you're seeing there, specifically in Kerr County, which encompasses Kerrville and Hunt, you're seeing on the map in the top left, and Camp Mystic. Camp Mystic is that area. It's a summer camp where Marianne mentioned that there are over 20 campers still missing at this point. There's an intense mission underway to try to find some of those girls. It's an all-girls private camp, and while there have been many of those campers and staffers there have been rescued, several other ones are still missing at this point. There are in total 750 campers. Some kids and adults were able to save themselves by climbing trees, getting to higher ground, and waiting for rescue. In the meantime, across Kerr County, if you look at footage by drone, for example, flying over the county, you can see the real devastation done by these flash floods. There's been talk that people didn't necessarily get enough warning, or warning enough that would have allowed them to get to safety. There were reports in the forecast of flood alerts. There were predictions of anywhere from 3 to 8 inches of rain in various areas, depending on what area was being forecasted. But there are some people saying that the Weather Service didn't really give adequate flood warnings until it was too late. And there are a lot of people also pointing out that the National Weather Service in the United States had 600 jobs cut by the Trump administration in cost-cutting efforts. They cut so much that they actually had to bring back 100 people, and that there were all sorts of effects that were going into that. So that's a debate being had in the U.S. right now. Meanwhile, rescue operations are underway. Rescuers are just trying to do their job to save lives out there. With regard to the kids, the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, is telling families to keep hope alive.
Right now, there are 20-some that aren't accounted for. That does not mean they've been lost. They could be in a tree. They could be out of communication. We're praying for all of those missing to be found alive.
Now, a lot of people feel very lucky to be alive. Local media have been speaking to victims of the flood throughout the day. Here is a couple who spoke to CNN from a safe place who managed to get out of their home.
I wanted to cry when we drove over the bridge. I was like, this is horrible. Yeah. So bad. We've never seen it this bad before. We've had flooding, not to this extent. It's a catastrophe.
Yeah, we've heard that this is worse than the flood in, I think, 87 or so. This is worse than that one.
Now, U.S. President Donald Trump says he has been talking with Texas Governor Greg Abbott about federal funding, disaster relief funding, so that process is underway. And as I mentioned, several rescue efforts. You see the culmination of one there, that helicopter dropping people off who've been rescued and probably getting right back into the sky to take off to help find more people. In total, authorities say 237 people have been rescued or evacuated from their homes so far in missions using helicopters, rescue swimmers, military, and U.S. Coast Guard vehicles. This is a situation that continues to evolve, Marianne. Everyone obviously hoping for the best for everyone, whether it's the missing campers, just every normal day people. But yes, those numbers will fluctuate because we still don't really know. Officials have said they don't really know exactly how many people are even unaccounted for at this point.
That's the CBC's Mark Harkesol.